Welcome to This Explainer. Let's jump right in, because today we are exploring the totally chilling and honestly fascinating world of abandoned luxury. We're going to uncover the weird stories behind these untouched spaces and dig into the actual real-world laws that govern the absolute fortune left behind in the dust. Picture this for a second. You're stumbling through the overgrown gates of a forgotten estate. The air is thick with dust, it's dead silent, and sitting right there inside are millions of dollars in assets, simply left to rot. You've got to wonder, what exactly happened here? Like, why would anyone just walk away from a literal fortune? It brings up a really fascinating question. When a millionaire vanishes into thin air, who gets to claim the empire they left behind? To give you a sense of the scale we're talking about, there was this recent viral video of a millionaire's mansion that was abandoned way back in the 1900s. And the explorer who filmed it didn't just find a dusty old house, they walked into a graveyard of wealth. We're talking hundreds of cars, all different models, just rusting away. Absolutely beautiful paintings still hanging on the walls, and luxury fine furniture left sitting exactly where it was placed. But honestly, here is the craziest part. Scattered all across the floor were the owner's bank statements. It paints this vivid picture of an owner who didn't just politely move out, but seemingly fled in an absolute panic. These places aren't just empty homes, They're basically frozen narratives. Take the eerie case of what urban explorers call the Titanic Mansion. This massive home was left completely abandoned after its owner tragically died aboard the Titanic. And the legend surrounding this place is just wild. Rumor has it that his actual unused return cruise ticket is still hidden somewhere inside those decaying walls, completely untouched by time. Section 1. Frozen in Time. The Allure of Untouched Decades. So not every abandoned luxury space is a massive, spooky mansion in the woods. Sometimes it's a chic apartment right in the heart of a bustling city. Take Madame de Florian. She was a French socialite and actress who fled her Paris apartment in 1942 to escape the events of World War II. She went to the south of France and fully intended to come back. But decades pass, and the wild thing is she continued to pay the rent for this apartment, month after month, year after year. Finally, at age 91, she passes away, having never stepped foot inside that apartment again. For 70 years, she paid for a space she never returned to. So when French officials finally popped the lock on the door after her death, they didn't just find an empty, dusty room. They walked straight into a 70-year chic time capsule. The place was covered in a thick layer of dust for sure, but it was completely untouched, filled with exquisite antique artwork and incredibly rare treasures. It was like stepping through a portal into a lost era. Section 2. Why did they flee? The Eerie Exodus. Now, a world war perfectly explains fleeing in the 1940s, but what drives a modern family to abandon multi-million-dollar real estate today? Look at this number, $1.3 million. Back in June 2014, that is exactly what Derek and Maria Broaddus dropped on what was supposed to be their absolute dream home, a stunning 6-bedroom house right on 657 Boulevard in Westfield, New Jersey. But before they could even finish moving their boxes in, their dream completely shattered. They got this anonymous, typewritten letter from someone calling themselves The Watcher. The writer claimed their family had been watching the house for generations. And if that's not creepy enough, the letters detailed the exact layout of the house, the specific renovations the family was doing, and ominously called the Broaddus' 3 young kids new blood. I mean, literal chills, right? You can only imagine the psychological toll of that. You sink over $1 million into a massive property, but paralyzed by pure, unadulterated fear, the Broaddus family just couldn't go through with it. They abandoned the house. They never spent a single night inside that 6-bedroom home. It just proves that sometimes the reason a house sits empty has literally nothing to do with money and absolutely everything to do with pure survival instinct. Section 3. The Law of Found Property. The Reality of Abandoned Wealth. Okay, so this brings us to a really fascinating reality check. If you happen to be an explorer who stumbles upon an untouched mansion, or say a hidden box of cash, is it really just finders keepers? To answer that, we've got to pivot from creepy mysteries to the actual legal reality, because business and property law has very specific rules for this, and they are incredibly surprising. First up, we need to look at the legal definition of abandoned property. Legally speaking, property is only officially abandoned if the original owner voluntarily gives up all rights, title, claim, and possession, with the actual deliberate intent to terminate their ownership entirely. Basically, you can't just lose something or forget it. You have to purposefully mean to throw it away forever. Now, here is why that specific definition is an absolute game changer for these empty mansions. If you can legally show that actual intent to abandon, or even infer it from how the owner acted, then the very first person who finds that property and takes possession of it, they get absolute ownership. Let that sink in for a second. According to the law, the finder's rights become superior even to the original owner who left it all behind. But what if we aren't just talking about an abandoned car in a driveway? What if you find hidden wealth? Like, say you're exploring that 1900s mansion we talked about and you pry open a floorboard and find a massive stash of century-old paper currency. Well, that triggers a completely different, almost magical-sounding legal doctrine called treasure trove. This refers to gold, silver, or currency concealed in the earth, a house, or a private place for so long that the owner is completely unknown or presumed dead. And here is where the law just gets wild. Who gets to keep the treasure? The person who finds it, or the person who currently owns the spooky real estate? Shockingly, under the doctrine of treasure trove, the person who owns the real estate has absolutely no claim to it. Zero! The title belongs entirely to the finder, against everyone else in the entire world except the long-dead original owner. Meaning, if you find hidden cash in a creepy, abandoned house, the owner of the house legally cannot take it away from you. It's honestly a lot to process, isn't it? You've got these sprawling estates, unbelievable wealth, hidden treasures, and the genuinely terrifying reasons people walk away from it, the whole shebang. Looking back at that viral video of the 1900s mansion with the hundreds of decaying cars, one commenter really hit the nail on the head. They wrote, "At the end of the day, everything is vanity." And it's true. No matter how many luxury cars or beautiful paintings you amass, time and nature eventually claim it all back. Which leaves us with one final provocative thought to close out this explainer. Knowing what you know now about the law of treasure trove and the terrifying histories of places like the Watcher House, let me ask you this. If you stumbled upon an absolute fortune hidden inside the walls of a terrifying abandoned mansion, would you invoke the law to keep it, or run away as fast as you could and leave it to the ghosts? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. I hope this sparked your curiosity.